Welcome to Fishing 101, where we teach you basic stuff that you will need when you are improving your fishing. So, we are still attaching lines to hooks. We have handled the different ways of snelling it. Now, it is important to snell a knot most of the times, especially when you are using baits like floaties, dough, etc., because the direction that you put the line through comes like that, and it pulls the point of the hook inwards, and it's important. But sometimes you don't want that bulk of line at the back. In what circumstances don't you want it? You don't want it when you are going to thread a worm up the line with a worm needle, or if you are going to thread up flying ants or something like that, and you need to slide it up over the hook and up the line. So this is the way that you're going to do it. I'm going to show you a few ways to do this, and I'm going to also explain to you why not to use that. Okay, so the easiest knot to make is what we call the clinch knot, and it's so simple. You are just using the line like that, you're twisting the swivel, the sinker, or the hook, or whatever, a few times, about 5 to 9. You put it through that little loop that it makes, and you pull it tight. So that is an effective knot. It's not the strongest one, but it's a quick one to make. Now, the disadvantage of this on a hook is once you've clipped it, and even if you do it against it, there's always a little line like that sticking out. Now, just imagine when you put a worm on there, it's always getting caught there. Similar problem that you have when you snell it. So you don't want this knot. So, and it's also not the strongest. So the next one is called the improved clinch knot, which you do exactly the same. Put it through like that. Do the same, let's say 5 to 7 times. Through that little loop against the eye of the hook. And then you can improve it by putting it through this big loop again. Okay, so now you'll see that one comes through that loop again. Okay, now when you pull it tight, it's a slightly stronger knot, and you will also see where it comes out the knot. It is now not against the hook, but it's through the knot, so it's slightly stronger. Still have the same problem. When I trim the tag end, it has a little piece of line sticking out, so you don't want that when you want to thread a worm or flying ants or something like that. So the best knot, the smallest, and with the tag end sticking out to the other side, towards the back, is what I call the improved reversed clinch knot. So this is the way you do it. Have a little loop like that, take that back, use one finger to keep this loop, the other one on the other hand like that, and then you turn it. Not too many, 3 or maybe 4. Now, what is important is that you need to look at the side which this line is entering that loop. And this one must come out at exactly the same side. If you do it opposite, it will stick out like that again. If you do it at the same side and you pull it tight, you will see that line comes out at the back of the knot. Then just lubricate it, pull it tight, And you will see that that line comes out at the back of the knot parallel to your main line. Now you can trim the tag end like that. It's a small knot and there's no piece of line sticking out sideways that can catch a worm or flying ants or anything like that going over the knot, because the tag end faces the same direction as the main line.